Alright. Running. I'm gonna wait to see the little doohickey. Doohickey mabob. Then I'll get going. Sometimes these get cut off early. So we're gonna wait for the pop-up. Still no pop-up. Come on. Come on. Show me that we're live. OBS. Alright, well, just in case we are live. Got game in about an hour 10. So, got a few things planned. Things are pretty loose though, so luckily with this hour, get some stuff done. Let me all of this. I'm gonna have him crash into this island first thing. So, where we left off was quite fun. Say hello to all my players real quick. So, last we left off, party is escaping the Illumian capital in the Plane of Shadow, as it is being completely overrun by Drow and Gith forces, so much so that Alausha, the goddess of the Illumians, who is kind of tasked herself to protect the capital city after she failed to protect the last capital, has fallen to these forces. There were dozens of Driders, hundreds of casters, several shadow dragons, airships that were actually spelljammers. Party kind of knows it, kind of doesn't know it. I don't think any of them are familiar with what a spelljammer is, or has the meta knowledge to put two and two together to be like, I know what this does, we're going to space. So, they were flying with the group of airships as they watched Alausha fall, trying to blend in with the enemy forces since they captured an enemy airship. When a portal opened up, out just past the city, portal opens up, an Illithid ship comes out. They don't really know what to make of it, which is great, because they're not immediately like, Mind Flayers, awesome, we're fucked. And they make a mad dash for that portal to just get the hell out of here. So, they end up getting to the portal, and right as they cross the threshold, that's where we stop the game. We're starting there this week. So, we have them going past the threshold portal, past the inky black barrier, flies through it, let's see, feeling what is on the other side. I should probably work on this description a little bit more now that I'm rereading it. But they basically come out into the Astral Sea, for the most part. The in-between barrier between planes. They are shown to this. There's like several crystalline tube-like structures, which are pathways formed between point A and B that naturally occur. When you cast Gate, you're basically realigning two of these to then travel through a tube to get to another place, or plane shift, or what have you. I guess Gate would be to create one completely by yourself, and plane shift would be to realign one that is naturally there to move through interplanar space. So, they come out. They're gonna see the deep, dark purple-blue space. These weird, shimmering, barely visible tubes kind of floating all throughout the abyss. And looking out to the left and back, they're gonna like slowly be they're gonna come out of the portal, and they're just gonna keep going with momentum, and they're just gonna kind of be floating out there. They're gonna be looking around, and they see several other Illithid ships making their way directly towards the opening of the portal that they just came out of. The largest of the ships, which is a massive, massive ship. Think like a Nautilus with long squid tentacles instead of just the little guys that a Nautilus usually has. This thing is so big that like a castle and an entire town around it is built on the flat side of the shell. There are like different wings built into the shell that prop up more structures. Basically a moving city, or moving fortress. Trailing behind this large ship, with massive chains tied around it, is going to be this gruesome-looking demon's hand, made of stone, and it's going to be nearly the same size as this city-studded ship. So just massive, massive, massive hand. This hand is the hand of Degayorn, the god of the end, bringer of finality, all those good titles, right? Main big bad of this campaign. Photinos, the cleric of the group, has been tasked with sticking around this group, who's already collected one of the 9 swords, which is a key tool of Degayorn's. You put the 9 swords together, you get Degayorn's blade. Once that happens, basically Pandora's box is opened. And to stop other shards of Degayorn, there are dozens and dozens spread out through the multiverse, prevent them from coming together to reform the god of the end and make sure that his weapon's not there that allows him to do the end things. So, Photinos the cleric is going to see the demon hand, feel really sick. I'm gonna try and hint at him as hard as I can that like, hey, there's the hand of the god right there being towed to where you guys just were. Problems. Whatever. This is basically the last 3 sessions, the last 2 and this one, are going to be shifting the party from lackadaisical adventuring group in D&D, just kind of fucking around and doing crazy shenanigans, to oh shit, things are like really going on and there's like real consequences, to cataclysmic world-ending events need to be stopped, and they're the only ones who know as much as they know about it. So they are in prime position to actually take care of this. So, he's gonna see it. Turns around to look at his the party members, new family he's found himself with, and he's gonna see a shadowy figure distort and pull away from whoever's on the deck with him. So whichever character's on the deck with him or closest by, the shadowy figure is gonna like distort from the shadow projected onto the deck and then like fall back into the shadow. It's gonna happen that time and then 2 more times as he's just walking around the ship and as they're like just looking around and asking questions. On the deck of it. Once that happens, or if I just need to hurry things along, we'll just move on to the next part. On the deck of the ship, from the shadow of the rear mast, on the abdomen of the Spelljammer. We can open up what that looks like. The shadow will, or like a figure will pull out of the shadow, and it'll be a drow. It'll be a drow lieutenant who noticed the ship bolting, falling out of formation and not being responded to the telepathy that the rest of the drow were using to communicate amongst one another. Yeah, so this is just really simple drawing. Above view of the airship that they stole, except they're missing a couple legs because they crashed it a little bit. So this rear mast here in the back, it's going to pull away from the shadow. It's going to have a limp neck, meaning it's not all there, but it's still mobile, it's still conscious and moving or controlled. Head doesn't seem to be able to hold itself up. You hear words come from the drows. If they were said by 100 people, you stole from him, he will be taking them back now. Meaning, you stole from Degayorn, he's taking the shards back now. The drow will jump down, head remaining limp and unlooking, and will make a sprint into the ship towards the control room. He's gonna pull out a magic sword, which once they defeat him, they will get the magic sword. I'm hoping Brock takes this sword. It's a really cool fucking sword. I wrote it down somewhere and I can't find it anywhere. So part of today will probably be rewriting what this sword does. So they'll fight it, they'll kill him, they'll get some magic items. They haven't really had much treasure since then, so just a little tea and crumpets for the party before we get to the more worse shit. When they kill the drow, a low rumble is going to fill the void that they're in. It shouldn't make sense, right? The stone hand, if they'll look back, and the stone hand will have shifted with a pointer finger pointing right at them. Slowly unfurling to point right at them. When it does point at them, the ship will lurch hard away from the hand and into a translucent worm tube that we saw earlier. They're gonna get thrown into this. The ship's gonna be moving through the tunnel, through several colorful nebulous clouds. Twinkling stars in the void. It's going to be doing this for like 20 minutes, and they are stuck on this path wherever it's going. Ship is going to begin shaking more and more as it approaches this ring of clouds. They're kind of like making their way around to this ring. It's going to be shaking more and more, picking up more and more speed. Turbulence grows and begins to batter the ship. I have a ride check here, but I'm just going to force it. They are going to then come hurtling down. The end of this tube is going to be in the clouds. They're going to go into just thick clouds they can't see through. Then the clouds are going to part and they're going to smash. They have, half a second to react, and then they smash into the side of this island. versus today's game. That's not it. Basically this. They're just gonna smash into the side of the island. A lot of them are gonna take falling damage. It shouldn't kill all of them. It might down a couple of them. Just making this like hardship and struggle feeling persist. Haven't gotten a rest yet. They have gone through, like, just trounced through a war zone. Lost a friend, a dear friend, Alfred, the squire of Tau. Tau's people have been pushed to annihilation and merely escaped. They have these crazy legendary artifacts, which none of them have looked at, for the most part. And then they have 4 pocket dimensional hard copies of all of Illumian culture and knowledge, which they also haven't looked at. So they're gonna crash on this island. There's really not gonna be anything here. We're gonna let them wait for a bit before we move to the next thing. They're gonna have a little bit of downtime. They can get a full rest. Or should they? Should I just keep pushing them? I feel like we're gonna come to a part where, like, the sense of moving isn't quite there, and it just feels like I'm taking away instead of trying to make things fun with limited resources, right? Other than Tau, who doesn't necessarily need spells, I don't think anyone's drained on spells yet. They might not have, like, their 1 or 2 5th level spells. They might be, like, down to 2nd and 1st levels, but I'm pretty sure they all still have spells left. So we'll say 5 hours into their long rest. Whoever's on watch is going to see an airship approach the island. They'll have to wake everyone up. They're not going to get their full rest. That's fine. We're rolling with it. They can sleep later. Not when they're dead, just later. So, ship's gonna show up. Hop over to there. Ship is going to show up around, like, dawn. This is what the ship looks like, right? Awesome. So this ship's gonna come in. A couple dwarves are gonna pop over, ask what they're doing. Do they need any help? Tell them to hurry up, get on the ship. They're kind of in a hurry and really can't stick around any place for too long, but they're headed for a town. Let's come up with a town name, shall we? D&D town name generator. Fool's Hope? I kinda like that. Dundee is kinda cool. Armskirk. Bexley. Ew, a lot of these come up twice. These all look like elven names. Shipshed. It's like the 3rd time we've seen Bexley. Dewsbury. I like Swans something. Swans. Swan's Landing. Wingston. Let's look at a photo of the town. So while they're flying around, this is basically the kind of place that they're flying around through. Things don't make sense. Gravity is relative. Oh, that's right. When the boat crashes, I need to write this down. When the boat crashes, multiple party members are going to be flung from the boat. And you're going to take falling damage, not a whole ton. The ship's going to be completely totaled. One of them is going to kind of get thrown from the ship and is going to slide off the edge of the island. They're going to fly out for a bit. That's not the island, though. This is the island. Nope, that's not the island either. That's an island. This is the island. Little pink thing will be the party's ship. Someone's gonna fall off of that and fly out from the island. And then they're gonna come back and fall onto the underside of the island. So everything has its own gravity field. Point being, airships have their own gravity field. So and I've decided this is basically going to work like the elemental plane of air. We're going to be in the smoke ring, Larry Niven's smoke ring, to a degree. It's not super clear about a lot of things, so I feel a lot of stuff is up to interpretation. Let's see. Here's the town we're going to, that we have to come up with a name for. Where is my ship? There. Ah! What terrible quality. Let's look up a better one. So here's the ship. We gotta move that to today's game, because they're probably gonna get there. Is it in today's game? It is in today's game. I'm tripping. Alright. Let's find a better visual. Please be big. Might be good enough. No, that's pretty bad. Find me a big one. Oh, that's fucking... That's fucking terrifying. Very small. I haven't even gotten into Spelljammic. I'm just gonna be mouth agape for a bit. Look at the size of this thing. Won't fucking find it. It's this garbage website. Yeah, there we go. I'm just bad at the internet. Because I'm a boomer. Visuals. Alright. That's settled. Press. We'll call it Thorn Press. This town is called Thorn Press. Alright. Ship crashes. Player is thrown from the ship. I'm probably gonna pick someone who can. Let's see, if Matas is playing, we can throw him. Just because he's the nimble, agile acrobat. Hopefully he'll be here. Matas being Brock. He's thrown from the ship, lands on the ground. Slides with a lot of momentum. A lot of inertia. Slides right off the edge of the floating island. Toward the sea of clouds below. Falls for 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. Be real dramatic about it. Really start building suspense before we start turning it around and they go, wait, what? 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet. Bottom side. Bottom side of the island as if has jumped to the air. Reached a pinnacle. Turning to the ground. Gravity is normal on the underside. The crazy part about this is that the sense of up exists both up and down. The only reason there's grass growing up top is because the island, though it's shown this way, is actually, turned on its side, grass side facing towards the sun, shadow side facing away from the sun, which then explains that lateral image a little bit better, this image a little bit better. Very fun stuff. So yeah, he'll land on the bottom. We'll have to climb up and around, feel the shift in gravity. Actually, maybe not. Slightly? See, we can have bipolar gravity, where there's a horizon line. There's always a top to center, bottom to center. We could have spherical gravity, which starts getting harder because things have hardcore parabolas, which are going to be a big brain teaser to try and calculate out. And we already have the visual for the bipolar, so bipolar gravity it is. Alright, introduce the party to the wacky gravity. Throw one of the party members off. They're gonna come back. They're gonna regroup. They're gonna talk. They're gonna plot. We're just gonna let them go, because in 4 hours, 5 hours, a ship will arrive. What did I call this guy? What's the captain's name? Dwarves, Hadozi, Human, Raptorian. No name. That's alright. Crimson. Large red, crimson, pink, and cherry wood ship descends towards the land of... towards the ground? The island. Several humanoids stand along the deck, looking over rail to sea. Okay. Ship comes in. Several ropes are going to be thrown down. As the ship continues, there's another word for like slowing down. Whatever. Slowing down. We will greet the party. Two, what I can only describe as flying squirrel orangutans. Let's see, Stormrack. Notebooks. Where are these fools at? Yeah. I guess they're not orangutans, but glider monkeys. Dark gray haired glider. Size of a man. Large as a man. Slide down from the ship. On skin flaps. Connecting their arms, sides, and legs. Landing, they offer the party water. ask if the party are stranded. A dwarf. A loud dwarf. From ship over the side of the ship. Yells out. Like we did do the courtesy, but we're kind of in a hurry. It might be your lucky day. Hurry. Can't be stopping long, so get in. Come aboard. Come aboard. Or wish you luck. Are there any nautical sayings that we could throw? Nautical sayings. We're going to cut and run. We'll cut and run without you. What happens if the party doesn't go on the ship? Great fucking question. We could have the orc ships that are trailing this ship, that we'll get to in a minute. One of the lighter kind of scout ships can veer off, check out the party, kind of attack them and try to enslave them. No, party takes the ship, tries to figure it out. Okay, yeah, easy peasy. Party says no. Bold, red. Couple hours later. Three ships in a different style. Can be seen. It have passed the island. One of them breaks off and heads towards the party's location. Orcs orcs on board. Ask who they're with. Party won't know. Unless they bullshit really well. I'll add a note. If player bullshits well, they will randomly name a tenant of the captain's ship. A not orc lieutenant, though. Say he's human. Human lieutenant of the captain's ship. Slave who proved his worth and worked up ranks. So I can bullshit a story if they decide to dig into that for some reason. Party doesn't have an answer. Orcs will attempt to enslave them. They'll be taken. Shit, we need another city then. What do we got here? These are way too dense. Maybe. Looks really ornate though. Final Fantasy. Never played it. Doesn't matter to me. Why are they so dense? I understand it's like aesthetically thick, but damn, give me something fun, right? I kind of like that over the desert though. That can come later on. Well, worst comes to worst. They get plopped on a big rock. Not that. They get plopped on a big rock. It's a slave city. Makes sense. Everything else is just like too dense or just too futuristic. Too sci-fi. Final Fantasy, huh? Am I missing out not playing that game? Alright, well, it's good enough. Let's see, visuals. Slave Town. Oh, I also have to grab my smoke ring map. There we go. Did I put it away? Where did that just go? Okay. So that'll happen. Party doesn't answer. The orcs will attempt to enslave them. Take them back to... We need a name for the slave town. Hythe. These are... Yeah, these are too British. Satra, maybe. Gehad. Arza. I like Gehad. To the slave city Gehad. Alright. Party takes on the orcs. This is all if the party says no, though. The dwarf, his name is... Come on, dwarf names. What is this image in the background? Book. Walter. Zaid. I feel like Hazaid. Had Zaid. Or Captain Zaid Coinbender. To the ship. Asks if they know how to sail. Know their way around ship. And that they are trying to outrun slavers. Dwarf actually just stole it'd be really important to slavers other than just like gold. Stole several chests of gold and contracts from the Slavers' Bay of Gehed. Pod. They are on their way back to Imperial. space. And to... didn't come up with a name yet. Town generator. Connus. Milsinski. Sylvie. Kaish. Scheidrus. Scheidrus isn't bad. I can't copy this shit. Spend some of the money and distribute contracts to give the people targeted a heads up. Now we're just gonna give them a couple quirks. We got 20 minutes till game time. Several non-binary crew members. Sid has relationships. Several. Various races and genders. There are several ballista. On the ship. D10, 200-foot increment. They'll be sailing for, they'll get a rest now. 20 hours before being woken up by what? By the yells of fire! The orc ship, what's that called? Cluster pattern formation. Bought up ground, just gained ground. What should we name this post ship? The Crimson Canary. letters that start with C. Crimson Chickadee. Crimson Crow's not bad. Gives Grockert feel good. Orcs are using a device that focuses sunlight. And it's the projected focal point. And then we'll have naval combat. We'll start 1,200 feet away. 3 ships. One medium, 2 small. Air naval combat. Alrighty. So we don't necessarily need a map for the island, but we do need a map for air naval combat. Let's do a gradient. Here's my gradient tool. Figure out the heights. This isn't very exciting stuff, so I will make this map, get the smoke ring map out, brush up on smoke ring, the physics behind it, how the hell they get out of here. We'll have downtime coming up to the up to this port town. I don't think they're gonna get past the port town. Knowing how things pace out from here, they're not gonna get past the port town. Get to the port town, and we'll probably stop there for the night. So I will see you guys in probably like 20 minutes. Catch you then. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. Just help me out any way you can. We're trying to get off the ground. So anything helps. Thanks for watching.